Hello everybody, welcome to another quick video and welcome to the Scottish Highlands. So if you saw my previous video from the Kelpies, you know we've come for a trip around Scotland. And basically we've taken in the Highland route right the way up to Dunnet Head, the most northerly point of mainland Britain, and working our way back down. So I thought, we'll stop here, bit of a lockside, get a few shots in, show you the sort of general area. Basically what we've got going on at the moment, as you can see behind me, we've got a bit of mood, but it's interspersed with pockets of light. And you see a couple of little bits cropping up over on the hillsides. So I thought, right, we'll pop down here, there's a bit of a beach, a little bit of a parking area up there, and we'll get a few shots in, and I'll talk to you basically what we've sort of found while we've been up in the Highlands. Now we've not done the usual route of getting all the way around the west coast, getting all the big mountains in, stuff like that. Main reason being is we just want something a little bit different. You see so many people, it's like, right, I'm going to Scotland, I'll go to this location which has been shot thousands of times, this location. We just want to just go for a drive essentially and have a bit of a wander out, see what sort of things are around. And basically just find little gems like this. Maybe I'll just spin you around here, look. We've got absolutely beautiful scenery. You've got some nice big hills in the background. You can't quite see the main mountains that we've been driving past as we're coming down, but you've still got some beautiful scenes out here that you can just pick off some shots from. The video's going to be a little bit different. It's going to intersperse some of the shots that we've had while we've been up here. But generally, I'll talk to you about what we've found while we've been out here and why I think this actually gives you a little bit of a different approach to your normal photography trip, just going out into the big mountains and shooting what everybody else has been shooting thousands of times before. So a lot of people, especially from the UK, may have heard of the NC 500. Essentially, it's a signposted route for the north coast of Scotland. Starts and ends officially in Inverness, and basically you take a track all the way around the north coast of Scotland and back in again. Now where we've gone is essentially followed the A9 up, which is part of the NC 500 route, but rather than going to the normal sort of touristy spots, we've sort of stopped off in little towns and little villages, just picking up little bits and bobs, and it's been quite nice. We've had quite a nice little holiday of it. Our main aim was to get as north as we could without sort of leaving mainland, and we managed to do that yesterday and got some beautiful puffin shots. They're absolutely fantastic. We actually stopped off at Bempton Cliffs on the way up and got a few sort of puffin shots, but these were on a different level because you were that much closer and they were sort of coming into you. It was almost a bit like sort of going to one of the other, like Scomer Island or Farne Islands, where basically they're darting around your feet. It was that sort of feel. They weren't quite that close, but with big white on, it was absolutely brilliant. I'll pop one of my favourite shots up now that I took, and yeah, I absolutely loved it there. It was absolutely brilliant. And other than the fact it was horrendously windy, we had some amazing conditions just looking out to the Orkney Islands, and frankly it's been one of the highlights of the trip. Strangely, one of the things that we did want to try and find while we're up here are red squirrels. And at this point, halfway through the trip, we've not seen a single one, despite stopping off at places that are hotspots for it at the right sort of times. Nothing at all. Maybe it's just luck. I don't know. Maybe we're just not destined to see a red squirrel. But you go grab a few shots here, and we'll have a bit of a wander around. I've got the drone with me, so a few sort of drone shots interspersed as well. But yeah, this is a beautiful spot. It's a shame it's actually slightly breezy, because it'd be nice to actually get some real sort of still waters here with some light being thrown out. But the plus side is with it being a little bit breezy, the midges aren't out. So that's, yeah, the yin and yang of it. It's the other side of it. So yeah, gonna have a little bit of a wander. Some beautiful trees just back there as well. So yeah, bit of a mixed bag from today, but we'll have a bit of a wander and yeah, we'll see what's around. So, obviously we're used to being up in the Lake District, and this feels like just a bigger version. I've heard it said before, the Lake District is very much like a condensed version of Scotland. So you've got all the mountainous areas, the lochs, all these lovely features, but it's very spread out across the country, and it is absolutely beautiful. There's a couple of stretches that we went along on the coast road coming round, and the views are absolutely stunning. They really are. But where we are now, essentially, we're just outside Brora, and this is Loch Brora. But what we weren't expecting were this set of trees at the side of the loch. They're fantastic characters, silver birch by the look of it, but absolutely fantastic characters. I mean, just look at those, absolutely beautiful. So yeah, a few snaps are going to be taken here. Be nice to get a little bit more light, but yeah, we'll take what we can at the moment because it looks like there might be a little bit more rain coming through. But there's a few little characters buried in there that I'm going to try and get hold of, and yeah, it's a nice little spot. This definitely. So as I was saying, we've tried to get away from the main touristy routes. Yes, we've been following some of the path of the NC 500, but we've been avoiding essentially the classic tourist spots. There's a couple of spots that we found on the way up, which frankly are absolutely stunning. Like I say, because we've gone out with no itinerary. Essentially, we've basically pointed north and seen where it's taken us. As it happens, it took us right to the top, and then we're going back down again. Yes, Loch Ness will probably be involved, but that's another thing. But we've got a couple of little spots that we've discovered, and I'll pop a couple of shots up now from a place called the Hermitage in Perthshire. That Scottish National Trust place, all laid out beautifully with a fantastic bit of woodland, but not just woodland, absolutely stunning waterfalls, river through there, absolutely glorious. So yeah, a couple of shots from there now for you, and I think you'll agree, it's quite special. So, some of the little things that we've found when we've been out and about. Weather is unpredictable, expected. It's been unpredictable for weeks in the UK, but it's very changeable up here. It's a bit like Lake District. You get little microclimates because you're at altitude, and you just got to better make sure that you're prepared. Waterproofs obviously are always a must, and if you can get it, make sure that you know what the conditions are going to be before you set off. Internet is better than you'd expect up here as well. Where we're sat at the moment, we are a fair few miles from civilization. Just done a little check on the phone, and we've still got 10 meg download on the internet, which is absolutely stunning, really, considering where we are. Literally, we've got mountains essentially all around us and a big expanse of water. Very unexpected, but very welcome. So it's just a case of, sort of being prepared for where you are. Obviously, we're out in the van, so basically we've got 2 weeks of van life. Mixed conditions, we're doing sort of some of the parking stays. Up here, the Highland Council likes to do overnights in a lot of the car parks for £10 a night. A lot of them have got toilets on site as well, so it's actually worthwhile for that. Sounds expensive, but when you compare to a campsite, we've actually done one of the campsites on the way up. That was like 32 quid just for one night, and you have the privilege of having a shower. But there's options around here for showers anyway, so it's not really a necessity, and it does get very expensive. A lot of the sites around here, you're looking at £60-70 just for the night. So yeah, when you think £10 a night for a car park, it's expensive. It's actually not too bad compared to the alternative. Another thing that we find as well is the roads are a lot quieter than we get down home. Obviously, sort of in the Lake District, it's a very condensed area, so you get a lot of traffic in the back roads. similar to the Peak District as well. A lot of the places that we go up in Yorkshire, it's not too bad, but it's a bit more open there, a lot more farmland, so you get a lot less sort of general road traffic, so it helps out a little bit. But yeah, as long as you're mindful of where you are and what you're doing, you don't really have too much of a problem. Would I advise people to come up here on a whim? Yeah, do it. It is absolutely beautiful up here. Silly as it sounds, we've probably spent the last 2-3 days just pootling around, finding places. It's been a great journey of discovery, and the photography has just been a bit of a sort of a nice side effect, really. That's why really I've not done any sort of major filming until today, because frankly we've just been taking it in and enjoying it. So yeah, it's definitely somewhere that I would come up. There's B&Bs around everywhere if you've not got a van. So yeah, it's definitely an option. Give yourself a long weekend. You could probably do it. Be a bit of a rush, but if you've got a week, you could easily do it. As long as you're not coming from the south coast of England, you could easily do this in a week, no problem at all. So now that little rain shower's passed, come back out. I'm going to see if I can get some of these trees that are down by the lockside, because it's a very pretty spot, I must admit. I'm not seeing any killer compositions. It is very much, if I describe what I could sort of relate to it as, it's very much like Ryder Water. So you've got quite an expanse of water, bit of an island over there, some interesting trees at the side, and yeah, you've got a little bit of interest. It's that sort of feel to it, but it is just on a much grander scale. The island that's out that way is quite a nice little feature, and I'm just heading down to another section of the lock side where there's a couple of little rocks which I might better use as a bit of a foreground. I'll just spin you around. So here we have a couple of little rocks. Got to be a little bit careful underfoot because it is quite boggy, but looking out that way is quite nice. As you can probably tell on the mic, still a bit breezy, so I may use a little bit of live ND for this, just try and smooth things off a little bit. But yeah, that may actually work as a reasonable view. I'll have a bit of a play with it, so what we can find. Now, I'm out today with the 12-100 on as per normal, just on side strap. Brought the bag out earlier because I've got the drone in and stuff like that, so it just made it a little bit easier to carry. But yeah, with these sort of scenes, I think we found, because it's off the beaten track, it's quiet, there's not people around. Whereas a lot of the time, say you go to Buttermere and you wander down and you think, beautiful scenes, and then somebody dashes in the water in front of you, or the dog comes swimming by. You've got to pick your time a little bit more. Here, you can be a little bit more measured, just take your time a little bit more. Obviously, we've got a little bit of a breeze, so it helps a little bit with the midges. If not, get yourself some smidge, cover yourself in it, because around here, they do bite like you would not believe. I know a lot of the places that we're going to be heading towards, I think we're going to need some extra protection, but here at the moment, touch wood, it's pretty good. Long-time viewers and some of the newer ones may notice I like to buck the trend quite a lot. I don't tend to go out following the trends and basically trying to replicate what everybody else is doing. Frankly, I think if you're going to go out and do some photography, if you're just cloning all the time what you've seen before, it kind of gets a little bit boring. I mean, when I first started out, I did try and sort of, you get little honeypot locations, you try and sort of copy people's styles and stuff like that. It's all part of developing your own way of thinking. But I've always been a little bit on the left field, and I think it helps with some of the shots I take. So a lot of people just have a regular style, but I like to think I've got something a little bit more distinct, and that's why doing stuff like this. So we're not going to a popular touristy location or a spot where you can pop your tripod legs in someone else's holes. It gives you the ability to actually sort of give your own take on it, if that makes sense. And that's not to say you don't really follow the compositional rules. You do, because certain things actually work and certain things don't. But I do like to experiment a little bit. At the moment, I've just got another rain shower passing through as I'm heading back to the van, because these are coming through quite sharp when they come in, but they're not lasting very long, so I'm sort of ducking in and out. But it does mean you've got a bit more sort of to play with, essentially. But still over there at the moment. The rain's just coming across and it's absolutely gorgeous. I might even try and just grab a bit of a snap. There might be a little of a break there, so I can get something with that island in the foreground without looking through the trees. I'll give it a go. So, rain came in again, as per. Yeah, it is beautiful. It is really, really beautiful, even with the conditions like this. It's so on and off at the moment, it's untrue, because there's so much high wind going on, so it's blowing the showers straight past it when they come in, they're really quite heavy. So, I'll probably finish the video here. So this is like a sort of mid-route sort of update video, essentially. So, there's some more shots coming up now from the shots that we've taken so far, and a few more from around the area. But if you enjoyed the video and you found it useful, please do hit thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Free of charge, doesn't cost you a penny, but helps the channel out no end. But from a currently very rainy but absolutely glorious Lochbrora in the Highlands of Scotland, thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time. Take care.
Are turning brown, red and yellow, soon they'll be falling down. Now, I'm not ready, not just yet. I'm not ready for autumn. Autumn comes too soon. Autumn comes too soon. The light that flickers will blow away the sun. Just yet, I'm not ready for autumn. Autumn comes too soon. I'm not ready for autumn. Autumn comes too soon. Autumn comes too soon.